Haters wanna party, sip drinks on ice with Bacardi.
I'm Flo. This is episode 2 of season 1 of Flow with Flo, and I am joined with
BigMikeLabLife.
and we about to get into this interview. We're gonna talk about music, the Venue 18, his come up, and a bunch more. So without further ado, we're gonna get into it, and I'm gonna take it off a little bit off of his podcast. What's your podcast called?
Real Life Lab Talk Podcast.
All right, yeah, he's already had season 1 done. He's working on season 2, which luckily we got a spot on, so I can't wait for that to come out. I appreciate you letting me get on that
All
for
day,
sure.
bro.
But I rip it off with one of your questions. Who is BigMikeLabLife?
Well, BigMikeLabLife is a artist, engineer, producer, just a well-off, vibey guy. He just likes to have a good time and party. He's all about networking and trying to just, make new moves.
I have noticed that you're really about that grind. Like, not a lot of people are, and you do it all.
Thanks
a lot.
Appreciate it.
So what does the Lab Life stand for? Because I know it's not just you that involved in the Lab Life.
Lab Life started as just actually kind of not a podcast, but just a vlog series on YouTube, and I called it Lab Life episodes 1 through whatever. And the guy who just did the party video, Aaron Lewis, BDF Lou, shout out to him. He came up to me and was like, "Yo, you need to make Lab Life or No Life a label, a group."
Yeah.
So it was just me at the time, and then a couple other people joined, and now we have, I think it's 6 artists. We have myself, Suko Bars, Johnny Rock, Roscoe the Don, Noisy, and K Woods.
All right. Yeah. K Woods is with Roscoe the Don. I didn't know that till the other day.
Yeah, the brothers.
Yeah, he hit me up. Their dad, Keith, I call him Uncle Woody. We grew up when I was little, and I lived in the trailer park over there. So that's how I know them.
Damn, that's
But
crazy.
it's like,
Small
we're
world.
not really family, but I've known him since before I could walk. So when did you fall in love with music and knew that you were going to pursue a music career?
Back in the day, I was probably about, well, actually, it's crazy. It's around the same time I started smoking, was the same time I started rapping. It was going into 10th grade. We were just freestyle. I used to go every summer to this little town called Amston, Ohio, right outside of Fostoria. Some people in Fotown know what I'm talking about. And we would just freestyle. And then going into 10th grade, I met a dude named Shane Dumb, SD is what his rap name was. And me and him started rapping at his house. And it was started as freestyles, and I started actually writing it. And it's kind of just, we grew from there. And then I started kind of doing it solo, and that's when I kind of started to develop myself and my craft.
I heard that. Well, I've heard and I've witnessed now when you just freestyled earlier. Like your beginning shit was a little more harder and not as poppy and
Yeah, exactly.
Singy. Yeah, I like that. I checked it out. I did because
I just can't be beat, I just win every time. I just rhyme in a line, watch me do my fucking crime. I don't never do no crime, I just stay in the straight line, and you know that I'll be fine. Yeah, all I bring is peace, I didn't come off the leash. I'm a dog, bitch, you know I gotta eat it like a hog, man. What's up with that? What's up with this? Oh, fuck it then. I'm going off the beat, you know I gotta get it.
talked before, and it's definitely some fire. I know you have a couple songs that are like that, but not all your stuff's like that. But I definitely like that you throw that in there every now and then.
Yeah, sometimes I like to pop off and do the actually rap, because I do have something in my bag every now and then. But this is kind of the new lane. I just love it. It's more laid back and just a vibe.
Can you talk a little bit about you and Brian Durst, like how you met, how it came up, and everything? 'Cause I know it's a big part of your music.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Brian Durst, my brother. He came through. Actually, I got to backtrack a little bit. I didn't do a show, but I went with White Smoke Music to a Bars May show. It's actually on Staying Out the Streets is what it was called. And you brought like canned goods. He was always about doing that. R.I.P. Bars Mays. And they were at a slot there, and I was on a song with him. And I didn't actually talk to Brian, but I knew him from watching him perform there. And then they must have linked up at the show, because they told me like a couple weeks later that they had a singer named Brian Durst coming to the studio to redo a song called Wasteland. And so, long story short, he got here before they did, and me and him chopped it up and clicked right away. And he came through, recorded his song, his vocals, and then he left. And then I thought that'd be all she wrote. well, he hit me up and was just kind of blown away by what I was doing at the time. This was kind of, you know, a few years back, so we weren't as advanced as we were as we are now, and we just kind of built a relationship. And then In My Feelings came about. That's the track. That's our first collab we ever did, and it just kind of blew up. So, and that was all she wrote from there.
Yeah.
It's been strong ever since.
I know you guys do that popcorn festival, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's this year. I think will be our third year going.
Of course, all the shows at venue, but you guys do. Everybody behind the scenes does an amazing job. Because it's a lot more work than it looks. Let me tell you that.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Can you talk a little bit about how you like the music process, how you make a song, or even how you come up with your concepts of your songs?
I used to actually like write a lot of verses down back in the day, and then once I started getting more into making my own beats, I kind of would just, once I hear the melody is when I get the hook started, and I'll sit there and just kind of think of something, and once a couple bars click, I instantly make the beat, export it out, and now I just go up to the microphone and kind of punch in. It's a couple bars here and there, and yeah, it's so much quicker, and I feel like it's more realer than what it used to be, and that's how I've been doing it for like the last maybe 2 years now. And also at the same time, I stopped cursing in my songs. But you might hear them here recently. You might hear a couple, just to let you guys know. But for the last 2 years, I really haven't cussed at all, and people might not even know it just listening to it. But yeah, you won't hear a cuss word in any of my last 2 albums. From me, anyway. Yeah. You won't hear one cuss word in any of my last 2 albums.
I know there's not one in Seasons Change at all. I listened to that, a little bit of that on the way here. Okay. We've been smoking all day. We were here for White Smokers was doing a studio session, finishing up some of the songs. So I got to know, do you have any like funny or good weed stories you can tell?
Man, I have a few. Yeah, there's one good one that I have. I was on my way back from Amston. It's right when we got our license, me and all my homies. Shout out to Jake. He got his license and drove me back on a Sunday. And we had one blunt left worth of weed.
Okay.
One blunt left. So we're all like, all right, we're going to smoke this right when we get on the highway. We're going to be good. We're going to get to Lima. You know, I'll be good because I'll be kind of high getting home and shit, you know. So chill, you know, get to school the next day. And so we get on the highway. We get through Finley. I light it up, pass it to Jake. He's driving. He hits it one time, passes it to me. I do a passing fee. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Yeah. Hit it one time. I pass it back to my homie B-Mac. He hits it one time and goes to ash it out the window, and it falls out.
And that was your last bit of
whip for that.
Yeah, for the rest of the day.
Yeah, so we sat from Finley all the way to Lima with not one single word said, bro. We were so upset.
That's like almost an hour, ain't it?
About 30 minutes,
40 minutes, yeah.
We were so pissed.
That's a quiet drive.
So, yeah, looking back, it's funny, but it wasn't at the time, but that's probably my favorite one I remember.
That is a pretty good one. Yeah. I've never dropped the blunt out the window.
I do have another quick one, though, that I just remembered is we were hanging out on my dude Cash's, RIP to him, Cash Money, and we were outside smoking shit, and Jake went down the road to some girl's house. We were young in high school still. And we're outside and we're drinking and smoking, and we throw a beer bottle into the road, and it bounces off the road and hits a car. So we freak out and go to run back into his house, but we didn't realize we shut his glass door to go in. It was a sliding glass door, and he runs straight into it head first and falls down on the ground. And then the cops end up showing up.
All from a beer bottle.
Yeah, it busted on the car.
Oh, damn. That's funny as fuck, man. I ain't never heard no shit like that. Just having some fun being young.
Exactly, yeah.
So I ask everybody I interview, I'm going to try to ask this. And you can either do in the whole music industry, you can do local, but not necessarily top 5, because I don't want to put nobody in an order. They're all good. They're all an artist in their own craft. But can I get like a 5 like artists you look forward to seeing, or like you enjoy seeing perform every time they're at the venue, or even if you go to the mainstream like music you enjoy?
Yeah, local wise, I definitely love seeing Blackbird perform.
Yeah, hands down. Blackbird's
hands down. First time I've seen him, it's just blown away. Another one is King Rillo.
Okay, I don't think I've ever seen him yet.
He's dope. I got that shit on. If you ever hear that song in the venue, that's King Rillo. I get wild when that comes on, but he's another one. E Major and Jay Russell.
Yeah, they always do amazing. The Darkness is a hell of a song.
Yeah, bro. Just Marie, of course.
Yep, I can't wait to see it.
Loud Boy, when they're on the stage together, I love it.
It's a different vibe as soon as they come on.
Yeah, and it's funny too because it's kind of like they both have the separate like persona on stage, but when they come together, it's the same.
Yeah,
so
they're just so hyped and so
but
real.
Pretty much everybody, those are just the ones that stand out to me, just because they're the homies. Like we've all been doing it for a while, and the young dudes, like it's just cool seeing them come up. So I love everybody come up on stage.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I can't wait because I'm gonna experience the first time in August. I think Brian said.
Yeah,
it's gonna be lit.
Dope. Yep. Yeah, and they ain't ready for that.
I cannot wait. Y'all in for some shit.
Exactly.
Okay, what are some of, even if it's yours, it don't have to be. What are some of the most memorable performances that you've seen of the Venue 18?
That I've seen, I'd have to say, right off the top of the head is Kasky. That sticks out the most.
Dude, he played for so long. He's so humble.
Yeah, and he was walking around. He's the first artist that I've seen, celebrity-wise, that we had there that actually like mingled with the crowd. And
did a mic check before.
He was one with us. Yeah, I felt like it was a good vibe all the way through. I loved everybody that's been through so far, but that one was the most humble one that I've been a part of.
Definitely, Kasky stood out. And didn't charge nothing for his meet and greets. He just let everybody come back and talk to him.
Yeah.
I don't know if Lit Frank did that, because I believe I didn't get to see Lit Frank perform, sadly.
I missed the whole show, unfortunately.
But the recap video just finished, and it'll probably be out tomorrow, right before this. So you'll probably see that before this. And you can catch all the fucking recaps for Venue 18 on the Purple Flow Entertainment page on Facebook and YouTube. What would you consider your greatest accomplishment in the music industry so far?
Ooh, I'd have to say, right now it would be my album Change with the Season. Just because that started out as me just releasing music once a month for the year of 2022.
Okay.
And then right towards about 6 songs in, I just kind of was like, ooh, I can do something with this and turn it into like, when you're listening to it, it's walking you through the seasons of the year of 2022. Yeah. And not only that, but it's like what I was kind of going through mentally and stuff. So yeah, it plays a lot of.
My favorite one has to be Sundown, and it's probably because I did the lyric video, but I've listened to it over and over. I really got the hang of the lyrics, and I learned a lot about you, honestly.
Yeah.
You learn a lot about people from listening to their music.
Yeah, definitely.
What's some advice that maybe somebody gave to you that may not be with you no more, that you'll always follow by and like give advice to other people, and you'll tell them the same thing?
Man, I have to say my stepmom, she just recently passed away. R.I.P. to Niece. Niecy is what I call her.
Sorry,
thank you. Yeah, she always would just tell me to like keep my head on straight and just do right, and don't judge a book by its cover. And yeah, when she seen me going down like a dumb path as a youngin', like she kind of like pulled me aside and was like, "Yo, you need to straighten up. Like, don't be your dad."
Yeah,
is what she would always say.
She has that one person that's always looking out for you.
That's no longer here. That can definitely say,
That's good that you got somebody like that growing up, for sure. Who are some artists, either local or bigger, that inspired you or helped you become the artist who you are today?
I have to say, like celebrity-wise, like record label, mainstream sign and stuff. I'd say Chameleonaire is one of them. That Southern style is what I always, if anybody's heard my raps.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. After you say that, yeah.
And kind of a lot of my family's born and raised in like the southern parts of Ohio and Kentucky, so the South has always been like kind of like brought into me, whether like I wanted it to or not. Like certain words like commode for toilet and satchel for book bag, like it's the type of stuff I've heard as a kid. So
that's different.
Yeah, different. But so definitely Chameleonaire, and then I have to say also probably Lil Wayne when it comes down to like lyrical metaphors and stuff. Yeah,
like cause he don't write at all, obviously, but his music, like if you listen to it from even, what was that one song, Trailer Park Boy or Duffel Bag Boy?
Yeah,
all the way to now, it's crazy how they just blew the fuck up. which is what you guys are doing. You and Brian are probably good.
I was just getting ready to say, and local wise, it's definitely Brian Durst. Like, I wasn't like necessarily giving up at the time, but when I first met him, I kind of was just like going with the motions of being a local rapper. Yeah. And then once I kind of did the first song with him, I'm like, yo, I could do something with this pop style song, this stuff, because I've always like listening to it, and it's not that I'm saying I can sing well. It's just I've always like known what to do to make it sound good, if that makes sense. So
try it, get out.
Just get to try it, put it out, and once it was a positive feedback, I knew it was something that I was going to keep continuing to do. But without Brian, I would have never went down that path at all.
Now, do you think you'll ever switch up your music genre again a little bit?
Maybe. I like to throw some rock in there. That's what I'm kind of going
get
for.
A live band, that'd be lit.
That's something too, but just like rock style. Yeah, that's what I'm going for next, maybe.
My buddy has a death metal band, and we're working on a song right now, which he has his own studio. It's basically the same thing you have, and we're working on a death metal rap song, and we're gonna bring him out to the venue, and he's gonna do his fucking screamo shit. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait for that for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Prometheus. We're gonna be working on something for sure. We're working on the beat. He has a beat machine, kind of the same thing you have. And of course he got his guitars, his drums, so we're gonna put something nice together. What are some things we can expect from Big Mike or even Lab Life in the future?
We have, I just dropped an album called Therapeutic at the end of May going into June, 20 tracks, and then also me and Brian has dropped a collab EP called Lost Hearts in early June, so that's another one that's out. This coming July, me and SKB Solo have an album called Vibes Only. Okay. That's coming out.
I seen you post that out. Yeah. The cover art for it.
Shout out to Edward Burnham on that. Yeah, he did the cover on that. And also, me and Johnny Rock have a album on the way, probably late summer, with a lot of beats by a name of Stafford Beats. All right. So that's going to be a really good one. It's all pop songs.
Now, I know you just shot your music video for Party. How was shooting the music video in the bowling alley? And tell me a little bit about the vibe and how the people were. Because I knew Brian posted a video of him dancing. It looked like a complete vibe.
Yeah, it was so fun. I've always bowled there since I was young. At Ada, Ohio. The family, it's like family pretty much to me. That's where I had my wedding reception. Like, yeah. So it was nothing to just like ask them to, and they were so down for it. And then shout out to Nori Delanes, Vicky Wolver, Fred Wolver, thank you so much. But just going in there and bowling again, and just the vibe that I had with Aaron was with BDF Lou was just kind of have it like we were having a bowling night, and he fit it to a T. So it all worked out so well. All right. And they even had a bottle of Bacardi at the bar, so that's what I used for it worked out great.
That was probably my favorite scene of the Bacardi for sure. Now, is there any? I know you got a good song coming out with Brian and Blackbird. But is there any other features that you're looking forward to in the future?
I really want to do something with Just Marie.
That would be
definitely fire. Me and her talked about it a bunch, but we just we have our own lives and stuff.
Shit going on.
That's for sure. Man, there's so many people I could sit here and name a bunch, but she's definitely one of them. Anybody locally, if they want me to on a song, just hit me up. I'm always down to work with anybody.
Yeah, and I know you got your studio and stuff, you do sell beats, you record people's stuff. We're going to put that poster right there so you guys can get it, and we'll put it in the description so you guys can check out his stuff. Yeah. Now, do you have any hidden talents musically or not musically that you don't put on the stage, or even if it's not musically that you just don't tell people?
I don't. A lot of people don't know I'm a really good bowler. Speaking of that's why the music video kind of told it. We couldn't get many shots of actually bowling, but I threw a couple strikes in there. It's been a couple years since I bowled. But yeah, last time I bowled, I averaged 223, I think, in the whole league. So I've had a 300. So that's good.
Now, I've just recently been going to the venue, and I've only seen your success. So is there any things you had to overcome from the past to get to the point that you're at?
Yeah, there's one that always kind of sticks out. Is I've always made music and put it out there, but I never really paid attention to the quality of it. Okay. And there was a guy that goes by the name of Jordan Berry. He's a tattoo artist. He owned, I think, Main Street Inc. is what it was back in the day in Findlay. But I've known him for a long time, but he commented on one of my posts and said, maybe it's not what you're saying in the song, but how it sounds. Because people aren't going to want to listen to what you're saying if they can't bear to hear it.
Yeah.
Kind of is a nicer way of what he was saying. And that kind of stuck out. So right from that point on, I just learned what I know now.
Yeah.
Just tutorials, watching so much, and just learning so many things.
Yeah.
I still have a lot to learn. I mean, everybody does in anything.
There's
But
an unlimited amount you can learn on that.
Oh yeah.
Same way with Photoshop and the shit I use.
But that was the biggest thing to overcome. And once I figured that out, everything started to come to light. And I knew it was like I knew I wasn't doing it for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
At that point, yeah.
You're like, because you put that time in. You're like,
exactly.
I've already wasted so much time. Why am I just gonna give up on it? Have you lived in Lima your whole life, or in this area your whole life?
Yeah, I lived in Lima. I did every summer. I was always in Fostoria, in Amston, from about 13 until 16, 18. When I started working and everything, it was hard to go up there. So yeah, always Lima, born and raised, but. Yeah.
Now, I know you do a whole lot of Venue 18, and I want you to walk us through from when you pull up to when you walk out the door. Because a lot of people, you don't really know how much Big Mike does for there. So I want you to walk us through a show for BigMikeLabLife.
Well, a lot of Brian wants me there earlier than when I get there. He knows it. I'm never there when he wants me there. But so I get there, and instantly we go and start making the playlist. Brian lets me know that everything's in order for all the artists. So right from that point, I start looking for the artists and making sure that they are there, check mark them, let them know if they want to open mic or rehearse or whatever they can, sound check. And then once the show starts, it's music and getting the first artist on stage and making sure everything goes smoothly from there. Making sure there's not quietness. You don't want much quietness in the venue, especially you want people on the dance floor.
Yeah.
So
yeah, during the breaks, you want good music. How often do you get to leave the DJ booth besides when you're performing?
Not much. I mean, smoke breaks, I fit them in here and there. Always. And Brian's always helpful at covering for me lately. So.
And now you got Brooklyn that can do it as well.
Yeah. Definitely. It's cool that she's got her hands in it because at the time it was just me and Brian. Yeah. So it's good that he has somebody outside of, the normal circle, because people have stuff to do at times.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Now, shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Do you have any, because I know I do when I performed it. I don't know if Brian sent you the video, but when I performed in Hanson, I just kept, jogging in a big-ass circle. Mm-hmm. Do you have any embarrassing moments from any of your performances or an open mic that you tried or anything?
Yeah, there was one that it was early on at Venue 18. There wasn't much people there, and I kind of I got hype on one of the songs. So I was kind of drunk. I jumped down off stage and almost fell, and was walking around and rapping to people and stuff. And I just felt like I was stupid once I seen the video back from that. That's probably the biggest one I think that I can think of.
Now, what about somebody else? What's the funniest thing you've seen at a show?
Oh man, I'm trying to think of something. I'd have to say the funniest thing for me is the last. I can't remember what it was, but they had a twerk contest at the end of it.
The highlighter part.
End of it, and we were literally I think Just Marie was play something, yeah. And I played a Juvenile Back That Ass Up, and the whole fucking venue went wild. Yeah. It was nuts. Yeah, that's probably the funniest shit for me. Yeah.
Mine just happened recently. It was at the Handsome show, and it was when the girl fell over the barrier, and I got a picture of Handsome's reaction, and he's like, and it was the funniest crap ever because she was way too drunk. She was dropping her phone or purse over the barrier all night. Yeah, Brad said she was getting really annoying, but luckily she was okay. She definitely drank a little too much.
And that's bad, but also the good thing. People are there to have a good time. A lot of people overdo it, so
yeah,
it happens.
I probably would if I didn't have to take pictures or have a job. Yeah. But then, the next show, I'm gonna be pretty drunk, so I might be going over that barrier.
Let's do it. Y'all heard it first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. All right, we're going to get into some this or that, if you don't mind.
Let's go. I'm down.
I know you're a big basketball fan, and I know everybody goes to the same thing, Michael Jordan, Mark and LeBron. So I'm going with the point guards or the shooting guards because that's my style. I like playing like that. Yeah. Smaller guy. You got Iverson or Ja Morant?
Oh, Iverson.
Okay. Do you say Iverson just because the gun charges or just on his court is better.
Oh, Iverson hands down is better. I mean, has John Moran ever shook Michael Jordan before?
Yeah, true. Has he shook LeBron? No.
AI is the king, bro.
Yeah, that's my favorite player, bro.
Yeah,
Favorite.
I can go for days.
All right, let's go to the brothers, Melo or Lonzo.
I like Lonzo.
Where do you rank Jello between them two?
I've not watched much of him.
Okay,
Yeah.
since at all or
No,
okay.
I've not watched any.
I used to watch him when he played when they all played overseas, or when the two little ones played overseas.
Yeah, I think I seen him back when he was in high school. That's it. Before he went to.
I think Melo's gonna be something special if he can stay healthy, but obviously he's hurt.
Yeah,
so
he's funnier to watch. But Lonzo, I feel like Lonzo's more serious about the game.
His handles or his layups, dude, are so crazy. Reminds me of Everson almost. Blunts or joints?
Blunts.
For sure. Beach or city when you're on vacation?
City.
Indica or sativa?
Indica.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Snoop Dogg or 50 Cent?
50 Cent.
All right, let's get into some favorites now. Favorite NBA team?
Overall, I'd have to say the Cavs.
Cavs. Like throughout your whole life, have you been a Cavs fan? Or?
It was Bulls back when I was younger, but I think I've watched the Cavs more than anything. Even when LeBron left, I still wanted the Cavs to do good. So yeah, Cavs for sure.
What about your favorite battle rapper?
Ooh, Disaster.
I like Disaster. Yeah, I like him a lot. What's your favorite type of beat, like genre wise?
I'd have to say either trap or like 80s pop.
Okay. Yeah, I can see you doing some cool 80s pop shit. Fast food or like a real good restaurant?
Good restaurant.
Yeah, for sure. What about fast food or a mom and pop shop?
Ooh,
oh wait, what about a restaurant, like a decent restaurant and a mom and pop shop?
Mom and pop all the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Best.
What is your favorite weed strain?
Gorilla Glue number 4.
Gorilla Glue is my favorite. I don't know. I'm not really picky on the number, but Gorilla Glue is definitely one of my favorites. Can you talk about a little bit about behind the scenes before and after a show, like everybody put together, talk about like what they do and what really goes on, so maybe the people can know like.
Yes. Shoot, you got mainly me and Brian mainly run. Lately, it's been me and Brian running like the sound, also running DJ stuff, making sure the artists have all their sets ready. Also doing song requests for the people in the crowd. And then Jaden helps out from time to time.
Okay.
He's helped us find like wiring. He's more familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Jaden because he does a lot.
Definitely. Bartenders do amazing like all the time. And then you have, the last couple of shows you've had like, I'm trying to think of what show it was. Jet came through and helped on sound one time.
Yeah, that was nice.
So whenever they're through, it's always they're always helpful, and it's dope having them through. Tyra and Jet are dope.
Yeah, Tyrant got
and he's been doing a lot more shows and involving himself in them. So
yeah, he's got one. He got the August 4th show, the Rock show, and he's got August 18th, the Ubi show.
Yeah, it's gonna be fired.
Yeah, I cannot wait for both of those.
Most of the time I end up rolling out before mainly the end of everything. But like I'm one of the last to leave, but Brian mainly closes the whole thing up.
Yeah,
he's a starter and the closer.
Yeah,
he's hands down.
Brian puts in. He does so much work inside and outside the venue. It's crazy. And don't he work a full-time job too?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's wild. I think that's gonna wrap it up. I do want to let you shout your people out. I'm sure there's quite a few that you'd like to shout out.
Definitely. Shout out to Brian Durst. Shout out to all the Lab Life crew. Shout out to everybody at Venue 18. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my kids. Shout out to all the fans and everybody that's been, supporting us with the music and listening to it and pushing all of our albums. We definitely appreciate you guys, because without you, why would we be doing this? Shout out to Floxic, because this motherfucker's been hands down putting in work.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And he's also been doing good on videos.
Yeah, we're coming. We're going to work on those. We're coming.
Don't sleep on them. And the pictures are cold.
Yeah, the pictures are
Shout out to Brad Osborne, too.
Oh, dude, his shit's so crispy. I love
crispy.
His shit. What I like about me and Brad, even Alyssa, all three of our styles are different. So the pictures look completely. We could get the same picture and it wouldn't look the same by the time we're done with it. And that's what I love about it.
Angel does good too. Yeah, she comes through and hands down with the lighting. She has the light on
her light around her camera is so dope, bro. And like, I think does that where Brian gets all his videos for his reels and stuff?
I think that's how it was. Yeah. I'm not too sure, but yes, man, he has so many.
And she's in your
Different
face.
ways.
That's why like,
Yeah.
I'm not as I won't get in your bubble like her. But she don't care. She'll be in your face the whole time if she
Yeah.
wants. I love that about her. We got a couple more that always come, but they only come with like the bigger celebrities, which is understandable because there's no way Al Vision's going to be coming down to a highlighter party. But shout out to Al Vision. He has a lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot going on. He's going to be pretty big. He's probably going to be the best videographer here in Ohio pretty soon.
Yeah. Like what I love about the venue mainly is big or small, like everybody comes together and just makes it a vibe.
Even after the shows, like we even all party and shit, like
Yeah.
chill out, hang out after the shows, which is cool.
And lately it's been a lot of love for a lot of the people on stage too. Back in the day it was kind of like we had more of like people coming for their people, but now that the people that are coming for them also fuck with everyone that's also involved, so it's just a big ass fucking love vibe. I don't know, that's weird to say, but that's weird looking from the outside. You know, I used to see people like go outside and then you'd have an artist with 5 or 10 people watching them, but now we even see the opener with like 15 to 20 people already, so it's like, cool to see that, and it's awesome.
The shows are getting bigger, more crowds, more trending artists are coming. I only got 10 more shows because I don't know if you remember when I was like, how many shows do I got to go to get a Wi-Fi? I only have 10 more shows. I've been to 7 now. Get that Wi-Fi pass.
Maybe on the way up.
Yeah,
Y'all watch out.
I'm coming. That's gonna wrap it up. That's episode 2 on Flow. I appreciate you, Big Mike. We're gonna get out your hair.
The same.
Well, we're probably gonna listen to some music, but
Yeah,
but I'll catch y'all later. I appreciate it.
Peace.
In the club getting lit to some Cardi. She ain't sorry, she just wanna party. Sip drinks on ice with Bacardi. Makeup got her looking like Barbie. In the club getting lit to some Cardi. She ain't sorry.